Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to another layout for the Cocoa Vanilla Studio design team. And today I'm going to be creating a layout using this beautiful cut file and this super cute photo of my daughter. I just wanted to quickly talk about this photo because as you can see, I've edited the photo so the background is in black and white and my daughter is still in color. The background was really distracting, but I didn't want the whole photo to be in black and white, so that is one way that you can work around that. Now this is the cut file. Part of the cut file is the inside piece with the stitched hearts. Well, the holes already pierced for the stitched hearts that I stitched myself. And I added those little crosses in just myself with a hole piercing tool. Then I've cut the outside of the cut file on the beautiful wood grain that comes with the These Days collection. And I've gone ahead and stitched that off camera in 3 different colors of embroidery thread there, just using a chain link stitch. And the cut file is from Copa Cut Files, C-O-A-P-A cut files on Etsy, if you want to go and find it. So this is pretty much how my layout is going to go, with the hoop in the middle and my daughter kind of at the bottom right there. I did try out a few different pattern paper backgrounds from the collection, but I did end up choosing this really pretty yellow and white kind of like a gingham print. It's very kind of homespun country feel to it, which I think just went really nicely with the embroidery hoop. So I'm just going ahead now and gluing the outside piece to the centerpiece. And I didn't do this before I stitched it just because I didn't want to, ruin the delicate bits of the top of the cut file there while I was manhandling it stitching. So I'm just going to add some foam. This is single-sided adhesive craft foam from Spotlight, and I'm adding that into the places between all the stitching. So the stitching does add quite a bit of dimension, so it would not sit flat if I just put it on there without adding any kind of additional dimensional adhesive. So I'm just using this foam in all those empty spaces, and then when I flip it over it sits nice and flat. So I'm going to use this pink spot pattern paper from the A5 paper stack to mat my photo with. Just trimming that out. I had misplaced my big scissors at the time of filming this. I found them again, so all is back to normal. I'm just also popping the bottom of my photo that's hanging off the hoop there up on some foam because obviously the top of the photo is at the same height as that hoop, so I want everything to sit nice and flat. So I've just stuck that down. Now I'm bringing in a hole punch, and I'm going to punch a hole right through the top of this hoop. There's probably a way I could have done it without having just a big hole, but I couldn't think of one at the time, and I really didn't want to think it through too much, so I just punched a hole. And I'm using a nice wide ribbon, so you can't really tell that there's a large hole there. So I'm trying to create the illusion that this hoop is hanging from the top of the page, kind of like it would if you hung it from a hook on the wall. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue, well, it's not glue, it's sticky, double-sided adhesive tape, tape runner, that's the one. But I'm also using some tacky glue there just for extra insurance, and I'm going to stick that all down now. There's really not much I can do with positioning, so I know it's definitely going to go there, so I'm happy to stick it down at this point. I did use one small staple on a part of the ribbon there just to make sure it doesn't move, but I did cover that up with the rest of the ribbon, and then I'm just using a bit of tacky glue to stick that over the other side. Now I'm adding my title. It's going to be So Sweet off of the foam titles that come with the collection, and I'm just kind of curving it around the edge of the embroidery hoop there. I've positioned it so it's diagonally opposite my photo, just to bring some of the weight that is very bottom heavy on the page at the moment, trying to bring some of that weight to the top. I popped on 3 of those really beautiful glitter hearts that come with the collection. They're not going to stay there, I just really want them on the page, so don't forget to add them. I'm just trying to bring in more of that kind of heart theme. And now I'm building up some floral clusters using the floral ephemera and the clear stickers. I noticed I had quite a few clear stickers left, especially the florals, so I'm using those as kind of the smaller elements in my clusters here. So I'm going to create, I think technically it's 4 clusters. I'm counting those 2 clusters either side of my photo as the one cluster. Then I'm going to create one at the top here, and then I will create one diagonally opposite this one I'm working on at the moment. So just trying to vary those colors. Usually I wouldn't use clear stickers on a pattern paper background, but because this one is very light, it's a very uniform pattern. It's half white and half yellow, which is a very light color. So they're showing up really nicely on it. It was, yeah, they worked really nicely. So I'm glad I used some of those up. Now this cluster is just going to be very teeny tiny. So just the 2 florals. And then I'm coming in with some of the puffy stickers. I've still got heaps of these little teeny tiny hearts left. There are so many of these little hearts on this puffy sticker sheet, and I've used so many of them, and I still have heaps left. So I used up pretty much all of the ones that I have left. I think there's only a couple left, and I'm really just sprinkling them all over the place around in and amongst my clusters there. So now I'm coming in with some of the little puffy leaf sprigs, branches, I guess, from the titles, because I have that black at the top there. It's quite bold, so I'm just trying to bring in some more of those kind of black touches so that doesn't look too out of place, and I think these little branches do it really nicely. I did just go in off camera and adhere down all those florals. Yeah, I skipped through that so you didn't have to sit through watching me glue down florals over and over. I glue these little puffy hearts down with tacky glue and it works really nicely. Haven't had a problem yet. And now I'm going to do some splatters, so this is going to be my finishing touch. I'm coming in with some white acrylic ink and I'm just going to splatter this all over the place. I'm concentrating mostly on the florals and on the background. It doesn't show up all that well on the background, but I really love those little white splatters on the florals. And then I'm going to come in with some yellow mist. It's the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in Mustard Seed in the mist, and I will just do exactly the same thing I'm doing here. Dip my paintbrush in and splatter yellow all over the place. And for this color, I'm mostly concentrating on the white of the embroidery hoop because it's not going to show up very well on the yellow background. And that is going to be my layout finished. I really hope you enjoyed joining me today. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comments below. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.